Intuition, staying safe in an unsafe world. As a professional psychic, I have used my psychic ability to help other people remain safe in an unsafe world. This segment is to help you find ways, psychically, with your intuition, whatever you want to call it, some people call it ESP, to be safe in an unsafe world. Changes are happening every day. And the more we find out, the more we realize what's been going on behind the scenes. As a professional psychic, several years ago, I used to travel anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks out of every month. Now that required a lot of plane trips. So what I would do before I got on the plane is I would look at the plane and I would feel the energy of the plane. And if the energy felt smooth and even, that told me that that plane was going to be safe for me. Then I would ask, will I arrive safely at my destination? And I would wait for an answer. Sometimes it would be a feeling answer, just an overall feeling of yes, it's safe. Or I would hear yes in my head. Or I would see yes out in front of me. If I ever heard no, trust me, I never would have gotten on that plane. As part of my traveling, what I would have to do is stay at many, many hotels and motels and rent a car. And I would be finished with meetings with some of the executives in the corporations I worked with, and I would be standing in the doorway of the office building, looking out over the parking lot, and perhaps my car might be way across the parking lot. And so it's dark out, I'm alone, I'm a woman alone, and what I would do is I would send out my energy, and we're going to talk about that and how to do that. I would send out my energy to feel the parking lot with the intent, and that's extremely important in psychic things, in intuition. What is your intent when you're starting? My intent would be, is there anything out there, anyone out there, that won't be safe for me? Then, depending upon the feeling I got, and if it felt, again, smooth, usually things that feel smooth are positive. Things that have erratic energy are what we'll call negative for points of reference here, okay? So if it would feel smooth, then I would know there was no one out there who was thinking of doing harm to me, there was no situation out there, etc. In this world today, where people are terrorists and putting things in bombs and so on in subways, in airplanes, in different places, if we can find an easy, simple, portable way to be able to check out if it's safe for us, we can help ourselves be safe and those around us, those who will listen to us. I used to travel to Toronto, Canada, to work with the blind, teaching them how to develop their psychic ability, or better said, pay attention to it. And the man at the counter asked me, what are you going up there for? And I told him, about, checking the plane. He said, well, all I can say is I don't believe in that stuff, but if you don't get on the plane, I'm not letting anyone else get on the plane. So we can use it in our everyday lives. We have an incredible, incredible body. Our body is like the most complex, sophisticated, accurate computer in the entire world. No computer is as accurate as we can be, and as fast as we can be. We are signal senders and we are signal receivers. And so we've all been in situations where we felt a little uncomfortable when we walked in. But we usually, most of us, shove it aside. And we say, oh, well, why do I feel that way? And we discount it. Rather than stopping for a minute, getting centered, and finding out what is it that our body was reacting to. And it's our body that is reacting. Our body's reacting to something's not right in this environment. Or if we meet someone and we have this feeling of, backing away. And yet, what have we been taught since we've been young, since we've been little? Don't judge a book by its cover. Give everyone a chance. And it's true, but that first instinctive, that first intuitive, psychic impression our body is reacting to, if we pay more and more attention to it, we can be safer and safer from the smallest thing to the largest thing, okay? One time, several years ago, I took my granddaughter to New York City. And we were walking down the street and we were talking, but all of a sudden, because I have an antenna out for keeping me safe in an unsafe world with my intuition, I felt something behind me that was negative. I felt this energy that was like this. This is how I experienced it. It was like hitting me like that. And I just casually turned to my granddaughter and glanced out of the corner of my eye, and there was a young man behind us, maybe, 10 feet or so. And as soon as I looked at him, I knew his intention was to steal our purses, or at least one of our purses. So I said to my granddaughter, let's cross the street. And we just casually crossed the street, and sure enough, he followed us across the street. And then I said, okay, now there's someone behind us, Marina, who doesn't have good intentions toward us. Let's turn around and walk toward him. So we turned around and we walked toward him, and he sort of got all flustered and disappeared. So, from the smallest thing to the largest thing, in this world where we have terrorists and they're becoming more and more bold, more and more is going on, we need to recognize that we have tools to find out when and where it's safe for us to go. The first thing that I do in an ESP class as a professional psychic, I've been a professional psychic for over 45 years. The first thing I do, whether I'm teaching the blind or sighted people, is to have them become aware that everything radiates energy. Excuse me. Everything radiates energy. And so therefore to become consciously aware of that energy that they are unconsciously feeling, because your body's registering it all the time. We just haven't been taught to pay attention to it. So what I do, as you'll see in this drawing, is I pair people off in the workshop, and I have them sit and we go through a relaxation to get centered, to become more sensitive to vibrations, to be more sensitive to see and hear and feel and everything. And sitting close together, as you can see here, one, after they go through a relaxation, one will extend their hands palms up, the other person will extend their hands palms down. And there are two questions. What are you feeling? And where are you feeling it? No interpretation at all. And so maybe the young man here might say, well, I feel a lot of heat coming from your hands and my ring finger on my left hand is tingling. And she might be saying, well, I feel a coolness, or I feel like you're pushing my hands away, or whatever her experience is. So they're just communicating what they're feeling and where they're feeling it. And so then we take that steps further. Pretty soon I have one of them, they change partners, and pretty soon I have one of them raising their hands further away from their partners. What does that feel like? Lowering them. Then at one point I will have the person who has their hands like this in that particular pair tell them, make your hand hot, think it hot, feel it hot, etc. And your partner, put your hands above your partner's, and which one feels hot to you, or which one you feel pressure. So they begin to now get into the immediate experience of interpreting that energy, so that you will be able to interpret what is a positive vibration feeling for you and what is a negative one. So that if you walk into a hotel and you feel whatever you feel, I would feel that harsh energy is the way I describe it, you would know something isn't right here for you. Take a minute and really process it. What am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? Where does it seem to be coming from? Maybe it's coming from a person there. Maybe it's the hotel itself. Has someone planted a bomb there? The more intense the feeling, the more dangerous it would be. The CDs that I've made, Introduction to Experiencing Psychic Energy, takes you through this experience step by step, just as if you were in a workshop with me. I do the same pauses, I give the same instructions, I help you interpret your experience, etc. And so you might want to get my CD or someone else's who introduces the same kind of experience. We're all very, very psychic. We have not been taught to recognize it, honor it, and respect it. You want to be safe in an unsafe world? There are people and situations that are not safe for us, where we can be harmed, where those we love can be harmed. So this very simple exercise can do that. The next one I have people do is to sit, as you can see in this drawing over here, is to sit with their 2 feet together, palms down on their thighs, closing their eyes, and turning their attention to the outer layer of their skin so they feel their own aura, their own energy radiating from their body. And then I tell them to expand that aura so it extends 15 feet out from their physical body. And then I will say, okay, now expand your aura so it fills this entire room. Remember, energy follows thought. So as soon as you think 15 feet out with your aura, that's what will happen, because energy follows thought. Then I suggest they feel what it feels like to fill that entire room with their energy. And then I'll say, okay, now bring that energy in so it's 18 feet out from your physical body. Energy follows thought. 12 feet out from your physical body. Then make your aura as small as you can. Bring it real tight to your body. And then relax and let it go back to its normal size. When I go into an area that I know is not particularly safe, I pull in my aura, because the less energy someone has of my presence, the less they'll pay attention to me, the more safe I will be. When I'm doing a workshop, for example, and I walk into the room, I expand my aura and I fill the room with love and healing for everyone there. I include everyone in the workshop in my auric field. Expansive, so everyone feels that they are included. So these are some very simple, very effective ways of being safe in an unsafe world. There are many, many more, and I'll be sharing them with you as we go into different segments. We will be making many segments. Segment 2 is about auras, about this energy that appears to radiate from your body. This energy that is a communication system for you about what's going on around you besides what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you smell, what you taste. This energy, your aura, gives you a lot of information. And the more you pay attention to your body, the more you bring to the conscious level what you are experiencing, you will be safer in an unsafe world.